excited to show you how I approach wellness as a 21-year-old. I think one of the hardest things is to keep everything in balance. Good morning. Hello, it is a Saturday morning. It's about 6:50 a.m. and I am going to show you how I approach wellness as a 21-year-old. We are not taught how to take care of ourselves. Don't feel like you need to be doing what I do, because you are not me. You are your own unique person, and you need to find rituals, you need to find routines, you need to find things that work for you. You can gain inspo, you can gain a lot of insight from other people, but that doesn't mean that what other people do, you have to do. So take this with a grain of salt. Let's get Saturday started. Excited. I have a whole day of workouts, a whole day of going to the gym, different gyms actually, and I'm gonna be seeing an apartment because I might be moving out soon. Come along, let's go. So the first thing I do when I wake up for a healthy routine. Why is my voice like this so early in the morning? My day does start with water, and if I like think about it, the first thing I do when I get out of bed is actually go and refill my kettle and my water filter, which is kind of weird because you would think, oh, the first thing people do is check their phone. But the first thing I do is I go refill my water, which shows you how much hydration means to me. Hydration is very important in my life specifically because I live in Singapore. It's so hot here. Dehydration is so common. Number two, I work out quite a lot and you lose a lot of salt. You lose a lot of water when you do sweat a lot, and so hydration is like the huge priority that I take into account when it comes to health. Okay, the first 30 minutes of my day, no matter how early I have to be somewhere, is always for me. Carving time in the mornings for you is one of the most nourishing, rejuvenating things you can do for yourself. Take the first 30 minutes for you. What do I mean by that? Do things that don't revolve around other people. So try not to touch your phone first thing in the morning. Try not to be bombarded by all of the stimulation, the notifications from the external world. Really use the mornings to tune into you. What I do for this, I have a daily journal practice. I just like write whatever comes to mind. I do have prompts that I choose are pretty open-ended. They are very reflective. For example, like one of the questions was, what do I need to focus on right now? How do I spend my free time? How do I wind down at night? What matters most to me in my life, and how do I want to show up? I know, it's very deep, it's very reflective, but I promise this habit has changed the way I think, the way I show up, just because it helps you tune into yourself and it helps you look at yourself from an angle that you never were able to look at before. Writing things down is very beneficial. It helps you get your thoughts onto paper. This journal practice takes me about like 5 to 10 minutes each morning. I know a lot of people don't journal because they just don't know what to write. I have a prompt to guide me, but sometimes I just free write because a lot of things come to mind. Just give yourself freedom. If you want to start a journal practice, it is so transformative. It's such a small micro daily habit that will change the way you show up. The next thing I do, if you know me, I eat matcha. I used to matcha latte, oat milk. I have that every morning. It's something that I just love, and in the mornings you got to prioritize you. So I do that. I'm just very obsessed with it. The next thing I do in the morning is a little meditation, breathing exercise. I keep it very short and simple. Breathing and just sitting, doing nothing. Because how often is it that we don't do anything? I go out in my day-to-day life and I am always consistently doing something. I'm the type of person who doesn't like to slow down. So taking just like 3 to 5 minutes in the morning to just breathe and to just be sets me up for a calmer day, a better day. The last thing I like to do in the mornings is turn on my Spotify. I am obsessed with morning tunes, getting ready to music. I am always listening to something. It is an obsession. It's either music or a podcast because sometimes I want to gain insight, gain some education, learn something new. The mornings are such a good way to learn something new because your mind is fresh, your mind is awake, your mind is on, and that's how I like to do it. For me personally, grasp things better in the morning, and it just takes knowing yourself and knowing when you learn best. Podcast works for you in the night, do that in your night routine. Routines, make it work for you. That's essentially what a routine is. Make it work for you, and don't overcomplicate it because it's not supposed to be something that brings you stress. Have it be something that is integrated into your life. That's all I have to say. That is my morning routine. It's just 30 minutes to me, and it sets me up for such a good day ahead. And the mornings are so important because they set the tone of your day. When you have a good morning, you have a good afternoon. When you have a good afternoon, you have a better night. And it just like cycles. But know that every morning doesn't have to be a good one. You change so much day by day, and it's all about adapting to it, forgiving yourself if you don't actually hit those goals you set, and just riding through life knowing that it doesn't have to be super structured and super contained. Just let it be free flow. Have some sort of structure, but also allow it to be something that can change with time, and don't be too stressed about it because stress is a killer as well.
I wake up, I don't wanna make my bed, I'll save up all my energy. Instead you take up all the energy I have inside.
I just had a very fun time in the kitchen. I made my breakfast. I also made my lunch because I'm gonna be out for the whole day and I'll be coming back at like 5 or 6. I love packing my own lunch because I find it very hard to find a place to eat because I don't know what I want, and then I spend so long trying to decide. I just came to a point where I found that it wasn't worth my time trying to decide what I want to eat on the fly, on the road, so I just started packing my own lunch. I made a little pasta with like a lot of veggies, so I have broccoli, I have kale, I have mushrooms, just a little saute. I also made my breakfast, which is my go-to granola bowl with yogurt. And then I also made my green shake, which I love. I have this like almost every day. So simple, so easy. I've posted this so many times and it is honestly a go-to. And that is it. I guess like this balance between food and fitness is so important because one of them is burning energy, the other one is taking energy in. You just need to find the thing that works for you, whether that's eating before your workout, having a small snack, eating 2 hours before your workout, and then eating afterwards. The balance is something that you have to experiment with. I guess it just comes with trial and error. Try, you see what works, and you change. And you adapt from there. And you're not going to find the perfect one unless you start. You start small, like start trying stuff out, literally. Trying stuff out, making adjustments on the go. Through making those little adjustments along the way, that's how you find what works for you. For me, it's at least 1 hour. Like I can't have anything in my stomach at least 1 hour before I work out, otherwise I'll feel too heavy. Otherwise I won't be able to like push and try my best. But I do need to have a bit of something because it makes me feel better. My workout's at 10 and it's 8 right now. Giving myself plenty of time to digest. Giving myself good energy because I've heard that Saturday mornings are tough. Saturday mornings are one of my favorites, but they're tough. I'm excited though. I almost forgot to say, lemon water, warm lemon water in the mornings is so good for your digestion. The acidity in the lemon wakes up the digestive system. It gets the process going because essentially you were asleep for 8 hours. let me restate that. You were asleep for, say, some amount of time. 6 hours, 8 hours, 7 hours, whatever sleep means to you. Digestion was slow. So the best thing to do in the morning is to slowly wake the digestive process up. And it happens when like you balance the pH, like the acidity base. And that comes with lemon water. You can do apple cider vinegar. Some people do that. I personally have stuck to lemon water for a couple of years now. And I really like it. I think it works for me. I like the taste of it. I know that it's not for everybody. And also, not everybody thinks it helps with digestion, so I don't know. But it's just a tool. It's a tool that you can implement if you want to try something out for digestion, for optimal digestion, and see if that works for you. I am ready to go work out. This is workout number 1. Usually I don't do 2 a day. I haven't been to Barry's in quite some time, so it just makes me very excited, and I just like really want to go. So I'm gonna go this afternoon, and then right now I'm going to a little bit more of a CrossFit style kind of workout, conditioning and weights and running. I think we're doing a bit of cardio today, which scares me a little bit. Let's go. Let's go. Anybody else have this moment where you're like, I have to go, but like you're not going? Anyways, let's go. It is such a sunny day today. It's so hot, but I love this weather. It's better than having it be rainy. I just don't like the rain. Going to my workout right now. So excited. I know I keep saying that, but I'm genuinely very so excited. That does not make sense at all. This is the aftermath of the past hour. That was so good. So many burpees. I think we did like 190. Is it 190? Crazy. I am really feeling it. Right now, I am going to do a bit of errands, do a bit of not so fun adulting stuff, and then I'm gonna head to Barry's. I'm supposed to be doing an apartment tour because I might be moving out of my current place, but person is late, so I'm just waiting, just chilling. It is such a beautiful area, and I feel like I really could see myself living here, so that's a good sign. I am still recovering from my workout. My arms, upper body, we did so many burpees today. Felt so good, and I am just so ready to take on the rest of my Saturday. Getting my vitamin D, even though there's like no sun. It's so overcast today, but still, you need to get outside. Getting outside for a walk, the best thing you can do. Clear your mind, helps move your body. If you don't like exercise, if you don't like going to the gym, you can make movement work for you in other areas. So whether that means going on a bike ride or going for a walk in your neighborhood, there are so many things you can do to move your body. Going to the gym is just one aspect you can do to move your body. It doesn't have to be gym. Although there are many benefits to strength training, it's not the only way to move your body. So if you don't like the gym, find something that works for you, and that's okay. The gym is not for everybody, and it's fine. Make it work with your lifestyle, make it something that you enjoy, and don't see it as a chore. That's when you know you found a perfect movement routine, exercise routine that works for you. I have tried so many different types of movement, exercise classes. I've been to yoga. I did yoga for a really long time before actually starting in fitness. I've done gym, I've done HIIT, I've done cardio, I've done ballet and dance, I've done walks. There are so many ways to move your body. Don't put yourself in a box. Don't limit yourself to just one thing, because you can do many things. and there are so many benefits to each and every type of movement, type of exercise. So really find what works for you, because that is the way that leads to sustainability. That is the way that it'll lead to benefiting you in the best way possible. I love the gym. It's where I've really learned a lot of my confidence in, and so many benefits you can gain from it. Still here, still waiting, still over here. I'm at the right spot, I found it. I got lost, but we're okay. And the person hasn't come yet, so I'm still waiting.
You see how people change their vibe when a screen up on their mind. Kevin fed a line, but fuck if I know.
That was so good. Oh my gosh. I loved the place. Like, it was small, but I could totally see myself living there. But the only thing is, I think someone already took it. I'll know by the end of today. So, fingers crossed. I just really like it. I am having my lunch. I am having a little bit of my lunch right now. Simple thing I made this morning. Not much going on. Okay, I'm gonna finish my lunch.
I can't really take it anymore, 'cause I can't stop you from running around through my mind. Won't stop running, never will. I'll take some melody.
Just finished PT. We are done for today. Heading home. I'm gonna get some dinner and I'm gonna have a good, chill, fun night at home. I've had a really busy Saturday, but I think also taking care of yourself means listening to how you feel, and that is what really guides me.
Dreams came true.
Hello. Oh my gosh, that was like the longest day of my life. I am tired. I am tired because I did 2 workouts today, and it's not my normal. It was a really, really fun Saturday. I loved the workout this morning, even though I did like 190 burpees. And then berries was great. I ran a lot. My legs are trying to cope. Okay, hello. Future me over here. It's been 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks since I filmed that video, and I just wanted to say that is how I generally approach health and wellness. It is something that changes as my life changes. Circumstances cause us to have to adapt, and that is part of life. And I think we often fixate on having the perfect routine, the perfect plan, but it doesn't always turn out that way. As long as you can have a general sense of what makes you feel good, what you want to do, what your preferences are, that is healthy, and that is my definition of health and the way I approach it. This doesn't mean that you have to approach it the same way, because we are all different. I'm 21, my body is different, it works in a different, maybe more energetic way. My one huge tip would be very vague, but it's to make health work for you, not against you. I'm not saying don't follow like the external world. There are super valuable insights from Western medicine, from ancient medicine, from Chinese medicine. I think there's something to gain from everything, but it's how you approach it, and it's how you think about it, and it's how you use that information in your life. People can tell you what to do, but ultimately you are the one that guides what you want to do. You are the one that decides. You are the one that basically owns it. Really tap into that power. While it can be so scary to know you have so much control over your decisions, setting yourself up for good health, know that it's so freeing to be able to live up to your own decisions, to be able to guide yourself through the path you want to be on. Really just listen to you, because nobody else knows you better than you. I hope that you gain the courage to trust yourself, because we're never taught how to trust ourselves. We're never taught how to believe in ourselves. And sending you a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of push to go and live the way that makes you feel best, because that is what we want. I know it can be scary, I know, but I'm sending you all of the encouragement, all of the love, all of the support to tune into yourself, to get so quiet, and I promise you'll find the answers are in you already, because that's what happened to me. Okay, I'm gonna leave you there right now. I hope this was helpful in some way.